Welcome back everyone on this revisited ZX Spectrum series. My name's Nick, and this time round we're having another look at JET PAC on the ZX Spectrum. Originally come out on the 16K, but I'm playing this on the 48K, published by Ultimate Play the Game in 1983. It could be classed, I suppose, as an arcade shooter, but basically it's a classic. The Acme Interstellar Transport Company is delivering spaceship kits to various planets in the solar system throughout the galaxy, and as chief test pilot you have to reassemble the rockets. Here we go, you can see the parts here, fill them up with fuel, then get to the next destination. It did have a sequel, Lunar Jetman, but I prefer the simplicity of this one. So, there's a bit of inertia in this game. It's quite hard to control, but you see that rocket that we're forming there by getting various bits. Let's pick that one up. If we go over the top, it automatically drops it to form the rocket. And all the time we have to avoid all these meanies flying across the screen. Right, so that's one fuel bit dumped. Now, they do turn up at random, dropping down the screen. If you can catch them quite early, it's good. But 1983, early 80s goodness, and a lot of people have this as their favourite game. Looks basic by today's standards, but remember, it is the early 80s and it plays really well. Excellent memories of this game. JET PAC. Ultimate were good. One of their earlier games. So you can see we've half filled up that rocket with fuel. I think once we've done that, it takes off and then comes back on the screen. We have to do the whole lot again. If we do it 3 times, we get a slightly different spaceship to construct, and through each level the meanies coming at you are slightly different and have different patterns. Now, as well as collecting the rocket parts and the fuel, various times crystals or gold might come down. We collect those to try and get rich. Right, take off, special effect. Look at that. Excellent. It could almost be a movie, couldn't it, that you're watching? There it goes, and he's landing back down again. Now, we don't have to reassemble the ship again, but we do have to get fuel for another journey. So 3 journeys, and then we're off to the next, well, planet. But they look the same. Assemble a different spaceship, essentially. After this one's a space shuttle. If I don't manage to do it in this go or the next go, then I'll put a poke in so we can at least see the next spaceship. Hooray! You got to love pokes. Oh dear, I've been died again. So I've got 1 life left, as you can see on the top there, next to that like sticky man, next to 1 up. You can do 1 to 2 players, and I'm dead, am I? No, this is the last life, right? You can do 1 to 2 players, where you take it in turns, so it's turn based. Never come out on the arcades, I believe. It was just Spectrum, I think. It might come out on the Commodore 64 as well. There is a remake that come out on the PC, but I haven't been able to track that one down. But, you know, I think it'll struggle to be as good as this, because this has got a lot of nostalgia in it for me, and from my favourite era of gaming. Right, we need 1 more fuel. There we go. Drop that. And now, as you noticed before, we need to get back into the ship so it can take off. There's a lot of bugs going around here. Right, that's the last bit of fuel. Let's get down. Get down. Keep going. In. And we're off. Brilliant. Kaboom. There seems a little of a gap in that spaceship. Anyway, the back hasn't fallen off, so that's always good for space flight or travel. Simple, I know. If you're under the age of about 25 watching this, you'll think, oh my god, I'm glad I wasn't alive in this era. But it's all nostalgia. You've probably got games from early on in your childhood that you played as well, Game Over, that wouldn't do very well today, but you've got that feeling about it. Right, we'll have 1 last go. Normal, then I'll put a cheat mode in so we can at least see the other spaceship. Okay, so this is a fairly easy bit. This is how you assemble spaceships on different planets. You just drop them from a great height and they automatically slot into place. Did you have this one back in the day, or did you come to it later on in life, or is this the first time you're ever seeing it? Let me know below. Although this is retro gaming, it does seem to, well, I hope, cater for all different ages, because we look at Spectrum, Amiga, PlayStation, and the occasional PlayStation 3 game, and Game Boy Advance also. So hopefully your childhood overlaps some of those. If not, let's form some new memories. But you know, let's all gamers unite, that's what I say. So we dump a fuel pack on this ship. We need just 2 more, I think, and then we'll be able to take off again into the stratosphere and leave this sorry planet behind. Hooray! Now it would be good if each stage, this is just a minor gripe, if the ledges change colour or the floor changed colour a little bit. That make it a little bit more interesting. But it's a classic game. I like it. Never come out, I believe, on any phones at all or anything like that. Right, let's land this thing. Okay, so I want to at least show you another ship. Once you've constructed 3 or 4 of these things, you've got a different ship to construct. I don't know what these aliens are doing around here. We're just going to kill all of them for no reason whatsoever, other than, well, probably the sake of our economy. I'm playing this on the joystick, but you can play it on keys. It's maybe a slight bit easier. The Lunar Jetman's got a bit of inertia, so if you don't do anything at all, he would just fall down the screen. Okay, let's see if I can do this properly. Probably not. Let's go, let's go. I don't know this chap's name, to be fair. It doesn't say. All we know is called Lunar Jetman. Prefer this to the sequel, Lunar Jetman, I think that was called, yeah. This is JET PAC, of course. Lunar Jetman, he was in more of a rover, had to get from one point to another. The fuel stays the same colour the whole time, but yeah, it's not very... Off we go again! A little bit of colour clash as the aliens go over the spaceship, but I can forgive that from happening. Good bit, clever bit of coding, Basic game, but a classic game. Gotta love these early 80s. Hooray! Right, we got 2 lives left. I think that really means 3 lives as we attack these bubble balls from somewhere or other. I don't know if they're sentient, but they've probably got nothing interesting to say. Red, purple, green, blue. Oops, we better be careful here. Okay. Right. This is the best way to assemble spaceships, I'm sure of it. He's here to make his fortune as well, because when he works for the Acme Interstellar Corporation, they said you get free travel, or game over, you get free travel across the universe, and any gold or precious metals you pick up are yours. Yeah. We might put a cheat mode in here now, so I can at least show you the next spaceship, a poke, I can put in. There is 2 players where it's turn-based, we go one after the other. So let's just concentrate here, although you see my live stayed at 5 there, so the pokes worked. Let's assemble this thing, just drop it from a great height as you normally would do, and the ship automatically interlocks, and that's all you need to know about engineering. Let's whiz through these as quickly as possible. So I don't know what these first aliens are. They look like balls of gas, some weird amoeba sort of creature. But they're almost as big as Jetman himself, and he's almost as big as the rocket, so I don't know how he fits in. But anyway, we won't challenge it too much. It's a shooter space puzzler sort of game. Did you ever complete this one? Let me know. As I said, if you complete 3 or 4 ships, it goes to the next one up. And then I don't know how many ships there are to create, because I've never completed this. Although potentially I could complete it now I've got the poke, but we don't want the review to last over a long time. Typically my reviews tend to last longer than most people's, but that's just me getting carried away. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, I do not know. Make your own decisions, but at least it's different. It won't always be the best gameplay, but we try and keep it entertaining. It's about sharing nostalgia, your views. A lot of people would have had this game back in the day. Some people might have had it a bit later on. As I say, some people might not have seen it at all. There were so many Spectrum games out there. It's probably the richest computer for games, because it was at a point where everyone could just make a game from their bedroom if they'd learnt the coding or basic how it works. Couldn't do that now on PlayStation 4 and the Xboxes. You need a big team of people and a bottomless pit of cash. Now, this time you could probably do a game in a week if you had a good idea and knew how to program it in. Right, just fire everywhere. If you go off one side of the screen, you just turn up on the other side, as you've noticed, I guess. So we fight these bugs. We're wiping out all the wildlife here on this planet, just so we can build our spaceship. Right, it's getting a bit busy here. Right, off we go. Here we go. Back to the stars and beyond, to infinity. Kaboom. What a game. What a game. As I say, with my nostalgia goggles on, if you're under the age of 25 and just seeing it now, you might think, what the hell's going on? But it's good, trust me on this. The gameplay is exactly the same each time as we fight these balls again. Our arch nemesis. Land of the balls. It's not a place I'd like to go. Come on, let's get this fuel tank. Come on, you can do it. Oh, I'm stuck here. So this planet just consists of 3 ledges, some sort of yellow platform, and that's it. It doesn't scroll 2 or 3 screens. If it did have a proper sequel, just this sort of gameplay again, I would like to see it go over a number of screens. That would have been great, where the fuel's going to drop anywhere. Someone please program that in. I'm sure someone can have a look at it, can't they? Please do that if you're watching. Some clever person that's got more time on their hands than me. I just review the games. I haven't got time to write any, and I probably couldn't anyway. There, as I said, a lot of people might have this as their favourite game of all time, and I can see why. Ultimate did put out some great games, although quite often they were ridiculously difficult. This one is doable. This one is doable, so that's why I like it. Early 80s, brilliant. Right, where's the next fuel tank, please? There it is. There we go. This is going to get us off the next stage, I think. Right, get past these balls. Boomer. They might be balloons for a kid's party. There might be a kid's party close by. On whatever planet this is. God knows which one it is. Landing. Not for the first time. Perfect. This is how a rocket sounds when it takes off. I don't know if you've ever been at Cape Canaveral, but whenever it takes off it just sounds like that. And the aliens this time look like they're in Harrier jump jets or some sort of aircraft. It doesn't seem very alienish. What's going on there? And there seems less of them as well this time. This is the last one, I believe, and then we do the different ship, and then we can leave it there. Let's get this green splurge, which is emeralds. What's our points here? Highest 6,250. I'm on 10,000 and something. So I've already got the highest score. Hooray! As you can see from the zeros in the highest score, you can do quite a bit better than me. I think this game gets very hectic further on. I don't know how many stages it has. What's the furthest you can get on this thing? I guess it just starts again at some point. Right, down. And we should be in a different spaceship. Oh, I died then. That wasn't very clever. Here we go! For the last time. And we'll probably have to reassemble another ship. I don't know which one it is. Oh, it's the Space Shuttle. Based on Space Shuttle Discovery or Columbia. No, Discovery? I don't know, one of those two. Right, here we go. That slots into place. We need the nose of this thing. Oh, God. Seem to be dying every 5 seconds now. Get your act together, sir. The aliens this time are UFOs. Let's lower that down. Shink. Okay, now load it up with fuel and then we're off. You know the drill. Gameplay is exactly the same. I think the spaceship always is white, although a different design. Yeah, it's the same but different enough, addictive enough to keep you going on just to see what the next ship is. So that's the bit to get you coming back as we're chased by some mini spaceships for some unknown reason. They're very small ships, aren't they? They don't fire though, fortunately. There's a chunk of gold up the top. Oh, please let me have the fuel. We need a solar powered ship, I think. Right. Right, I've got the fuel. Leave me alone. Good. Right, if I just hover up here, the fuel will probably fall on me. There we go, that's the next one. Just hover over the ship. I want to be in contact with the fuel as little time as possible, and then just drop it. Damn. I think we need 2 more bits, and then we're out of here. Boom. Last one's there. This looks good. Oh, I did say it looked good. Come on. This ship's brimming with fuel. There it goes. More gold. They'd be better off mining this place for gold. Right, we're off! And it takes off exactly the same as the other shuttle. I love this game. Why's that? Simplicity, sound, graphics, nostalgia. It's everything. I played it a lot as a kid. Landing! Hooray! Well, I think we'll leave that one there. Hope you liked having a look at that game. That was good old JET PAC on the ZX Spectrum 48K, published by Ultimate Play the Game in 1983. Hope you liked having a look at that one. If you've got any memories about the game or any thoughts, by all means put them below and I'll do my best to answer them. And take good care of yourself, and very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.